And while they're raking in the profits, they're also battling off hackers. Paranoia, a group tied to the hacktivist group Anonymous, claims it has released 14 gigabytes of data that shows Bank of America was investing and spying on hackers. They claim the bank employed security firms to monitor hackers and activists. Well, Paranoia says the documents show a company called Tech Systems kept a close eye on hacker forums and social media sites. So how revealing is the data, and has Bank of America taken their spying too far? RG producer Bob English has more. Hi there, Bob.
Hi there.
So what can we make of this?
Well, like Peter Schiff was just saying, it's a good time to be a banker unless you're Bank of America, because some very unsatisfying information for them was released today, and it's a tremendous amount of stuff to sift through. So that's kind of what's going on right now.
Yeah, when you say tremendous amount of stuff, we're talking 14 gigabytes.
Yes.
In the digital world. That is a lot of information. What exactly did it contain?
First, it contains some, I guess, rather innocuous stuff like details on corporate executive pays, 200,000 of them worldwide. But also, it shows how Bank of America is trolling internet sites like Facebook and Twitter, social media, chat rooms, and they're trying to collect information that would tell them, I guess, the public sentiment on themselves.
Yeah. Always wondering who those trolls are,
yes.
Faces are. To get Bank of America is one of them. But does the information obtained by these hacktivist group, does it suggest that Bank of America has gone too far? I mean, have we kind of gotten into an area where there's privacy concerns?
Well, apparently they haven't gone too far in terms of protecting their databases, because they were just hacked into rather easily. But I think that's probably not what you mean. Yes, they're collecting information on the public, and maybe it's in an aggregated sense, but they could also be using personal information in nefarious ways.
So, I mean, is this something that Bank of America customers should be concerned about, or is this something that, you know what, if I'm not a hacker, if I'm not a hacktivist, as it's called, doesn't really concern me? What do you think?
I think that here's one scenario. Let's say that I have a bad experience at Bank of America, and I put on my Facebook page or Twitter, Bank of America sucks. And then I go out to take a loan. Can that information be used to make that loan decision? I don't know. But Bank of America has a tremendous amount of data now that it's gotten from these sites, and that in itself might be concerning to the public.
Right. And there's a lot of information. We don't even know this. We haven't even really scratched the surface of what is in there. Is there any indication of what exactly they're looking for, like any keywords or anything in particular that they were looking for?
Sure. It's pretty interesting. They have thousands of keywords, and there's a specialized software that was actually created for Bank of America to sift through this stuff, and the source code was actually posted in this release too. But some of these keywords are like, hey, sexy lady, hey, Joe, summer in Kingston. So it looks a little bit sloppy, and that's another aspect to this, is that Bank of America is probably vastly overpaid for this data that it's collected on people.
Right, and it shows that it's a lot of data, but not all of it is useful or really points to anything suspicious.
Exactly, and that's the thing. So when you have these situations, and I'd like to get back to actually where it was released, it was found in an open server in Tel Aviv. And the significance of that is, why would this information, this vast treasure trove of data, just be openly accessible someplace? And that in itself is another security concern.
Right. It calls into question, the group wanted to make it clear that this was not a hack, that this was kind of something that they obtained, not so, I guess, when you think hacking, you think there's kind of,
that you have to forge passwords, you have to hack through it, but this was just sitting there. And unfortunately, that's kind of symptomatic of the way a lot of big companies treat their data nowadays. And there was another incident with Stratfor, a security consulting firm, and Anonymous hacked them. And so this data is just out there, and it's ready for people to take. And unfortunately, what happens when Bank of America, customer data, could that be exploited the same way? We don't know at this point.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder. This is just the information that was obtained by this group that's affiliated with Anonymous, but how much does it go on? Aside from Bank of America, do the other big banks do it? What companies do it? It kind of raises these other questions.
Of course, and all the big companies are concerned about their self-image. So if Bank of America is doing it, the other big banks are doing it, other big corporations are doing it, and there's a lot of privacy concerns there.
Interesting.